I think it's just the mindset. I think we know we're a good defensive team, but it's just having that mindset. That first half especially, like we need to shut these guys out. Things will flow for us offensively. We have to get some stops. But I think honestly the biggest thing is just 40 points in the second half is too much. We gotta, and I think that was the same thing in the first game against Eastern Washington. We gotta figure out a way to continue to play at the defensive level in the second half as we did in the first half.
Is there kind of something you can identify to be able to take that over the second half? Or
I think it's just coming out with that same aggressiveness mindset, wanting to compete and do that. I think is really what it's going to come down to, and just kind of not coming out ready to just coast. You have a big lead, which is always hard to want to come out and just play with that same energy to start the game, but you just really just have to focus in on that.
Austin, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists tonight. Just kind of how was that for you to go out there and have a solid game out there?
It was good. It was good, especially considering last game where I had a lot of foul trouble. So it was a good confidence builder. But yeah, I mean, it was just good to win that game by so many points, really. Yeah.
And for either one of you, I think you guys got off to 11 of 17, hitting your first 11 of 17 shots, your first 7 in the game. How much does that defensive effort just kind of lead in, excuse me, to what you're able to do offensively?
I think it goes into it a lot. I think it gives you so much energy into it. I think you just get excited on both ends. You get a stop, you come down energized, ready to score. You get a score, you come back ready to get another stop, and just back and forth. And I think you just build off of those plays back to back.
Yeah, I think it helps us get into transition, and I think we can really run. That's a strength of our team. So if we get stops, we can really run it. So yeah.
6 days until you get to the Charleston Classic. Just you get the 2 wins here. Couple of blowout wins. Where are you kind of feeling about the team at this point?
You got it.
Okay. I think our team is in a great spot. We have some things to work on, but I think it's going to be great to go in and play against a great Wake Forest team to start us off for this tournament, and we're looking forward to it. We got 6 days of prep for that, get some rest, recover, but really just got to come in with that mindset to pretty much to play a high level team. So it's something that we're looking forward to, and we're excited to get to playing.
The overseas trip, when you guys were able to play some games a little bit closer to each other, does that kind of help when you go into some of these tournaments?
Yeah, I think so. I think that helps a lot. Especially we didn't really practice over there, and that's kind of different. We usually have a lot more preparation for games, and that's how it's going to be in tournaments. You're going to have a little bit less preparation in between games, and it's going to be an advantage for us because we've already done that this summer as a team. So, definitely.
As players, is it do you almost prefer that to say have games that are a little bit closer like that? Because non-conference, I think you guys have 11 games and they're going to be spread out pretty well over the first couple of months. But then you get to conference play, it's going to be a little bit more consistent. Do you kind of like more where it's a little less practice and a little bit more games?
I think it's more fun, but it's a lot easier on the body when you kind of get the little breaks in there. So it's a toss-up of what, but that's what we're here for. We're here to play games. But it gives us more time as a team when we have these one space out in the non-conference to play our games and then work on what we need to work. And by the time conference comes, hopefully we have things clicking, and we just don't have to fix too many things, and we just keep get rolling and continue the momentum through those games on those.
Good win for the Utes, and it took care of business tonight. We obviously coming off of Monday, great win on Monday. We had a couple very good days of prep after an off day, and I was really proud of how we came out, that first half, obviously, to hold a team to 13 points and a half. Oh, my goodness. That is so difficult to do in Division I basketball. no matter who you're playing. And listen, like that team, Riverside, had a great year last year. Probably would have won the regular season title had one of their guys not gone down with a knee injury. The coach does a great job for them. You can feel their culture and how hard they compete. Lawson Lovering obviously played for Colorado a year ago. They almost got beat by these guys a year ago. And Lawson talked to our team on Wednesday and just said, hey, these guys are physical, and they're just going to keep coming at you. And Lawson is exactly right. They did that in that second half, outscoring us 40-34. So, but unbelievable first half. Just thought we had everything going. Really defended hard. Made life very, very, very difficult for them. It was hard for them to get anything clean. We were just so connected on that end of the floor. And they run some kind of funky stuff and some things that you don't see every day. Like I said, Jaden Olson had our prep for tonight. I thought he did an outstanding job getting us ready, specifically on the defensive end. And then on the offensive end, we had some good things going too. Heard him a little bit in transition. We missed some clean shots that I think typically we make for whatever reason, but we were able to kind of hit on all the senses. Got to the free throw line, got to the offensive glass, scored in the paint, and then obviously hit some threes. Still go 7 for 20. Certainly not terrible, but I think we're better than that. So, but 22 assists, the 10 turnovers, almost 1.2 points of possession on offense, which is a high level number. And then defensively, we held them to 0.7 points of possession, which is a great 0.75, which is a great number. Out rebounded them 52-18, or excuse me, 52-30, and outscored them 42-18 in the paint. So, a lot of great things for tonight. That was a great team effort. Lawson Lovering was very, very good in every aspect. Even a simple play early in the second half where he gets switched on a guard late in the shot clock, just sat down and guarded one-on-one. Goes 7 for 11 from the field for 18 and 7. BC, super efficient, 8 shot attempts, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Both Lovering and Carlson with 3 assists each. Wooster, just a really steady floor game, 7 assists to 2 turnovers. And Hunter, same thing, 6 assists to 1 turnover. And then Ben Carlson, Ben's a good player. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 offensive boards. And Kaba almost with another double-double. So another great team effort. And it creates some momentum as we go into a very good tournament in Charleston that we're super excited about. Anybody with any questions?
Just for the second straight game, you hold an opponent under 25% shooting in that first half. You talked about toughness. Was that why the defense was clicking so well in the first half? Just talking back and forth?
Yeah, so I think, and thanks for saying that, because that first half against Eastern Washington was electric defensively as well, and tonight we were the same. I think it's a few different things. When you defend like that, you're never going to be perfect, but it's a mindset. It's a mentality. I thought we've had 2 great days of preparation leading into the game where our guys in practice were very dialed in on the floor, dialed into what we're doing to take away their stuff. Super locked into the game plan in film session. That stuff just doesn't happen. So credit to our guys for being locked in and having an attitude that craves improvement and playing with an edge. And so, and then credit them in the second half. They did a couple different things. Number 3, who we knew is a very good player, Moses, really got it going. We held him 1 for 3 in the first half. And he got going early in that second half. And the big fella, more so late, Christie, I don't know how you say his name, but he goes 4 for 9 from the field. But yeah, I think it's everything. I think it's pride. I think it's toughness. I think it's communication, and I think it's preparation. And you could see it and feel it with our team this week.
Then you look at the offensive side of that, especially in that first half. First 7 shots you make, 11 of 17. I think Josh asked it before that, or after that first game. The run to Utes side of things, offensively, how much does that defense just facilitate the offense?
Yeah, when you make it hard to score in the other team, and now you force some tough shots, and it's hard to offensive rebound, and I get the 2-handed rebound, and we're off and going, and we have weapons all over the floor. We have a very unselfish team that are willing to make the right play, looking up the floor. So to be able to have what we have at halftime, 48 points, I'd like to have seen us score more than 34 in the second half. We certainly had opportunities. But It does. We can be an up-tempo team, but I think the great teams can win anyway, whether it's up-tempo, a walk it up, grind you out half-court game, or anything in between. And we're going to see all that in the Pac-12, right? But to be able to jump out and get 48 in that first half, you certainly garner a lot of momentum.
Just talk for a second rebounding as well. I mean, I think it was a 50 to 32 edge tonight. That first half, I can't think it. They didn't have any second half points. I think it was 2 offensive rebounds. I mean, you've talked about the defense, but just being able to hold them to so many one-shot possessions.
Well, we work on rebounding every day, and when you can defend the way we have up to this point, you got to be able to finish that possession, right? And so if you're going to defend for 20 seconds, 25 seconds, whatever, got to end that thing with the two-handed rebound, and it's got to be all 5 guys. Now, we have some size out there. Like, we're a big team. We're a very big team up and down our lineup, certainly our front court. I mean, when you're starting 2 7-footers and you come off the bench with a guy like Keba, who's, 42-inch vertical at 6'8" with a +6 wingspan, and then a guy like Ben Carlson, who's always been a very good rebounder. I mean, he just attacks those things, right? And gets 4 offensive ones again tonight. It's got to be, it's a mentality type of thing, and it's something we work on daily.
And 6 days until the Charleston Classic. Just kind of how are you feeling about the team right now?
Yeah, we just talked about that. So we took care of business, right? We won at home. We took care of business. I think we got out of these 2 games what we needed to. First of all, victories, but I thought we got better and we learned some things about our team. And now it's on to a great tournament. This is going to be a great event. Who knows how we're going to do? Obviously, we want to go 3-0. You go 2-1, 1-2, or 0-3. And there's 8 good teams going down there. Obviously, it's an ESPN tournament in Charleston. We'd love to see the Running Ute fans out there to support us. When I was an assistant at Nebraska, we played in it. They have a great arena. It's not too big, not too small, very loud. It's a great event. Houston, top 10 team in the country. They're junkyard dogs, man. I can go through every day. I mean, LSU, St. John's with Coach Pitino. Obviously, we're opening up with Wake Forest, who I've watched about 5 or 6 games from them already from last year. Haven't watched their 2 games this year. I know they had a tough one today against Georgia. But Coach Forbes is a great coach. Those guys do a great job. Dayton's in it. They're notoriously very, very good programs. North Texas was very good last year. Towson was great last year. So, a lot of really good teams. LSU. Our guys are pumped to get down there. But we did what we were supposed to. We told our guys going into this game, nobody's thinking about next week until this game is over. We've got to handle our business here. Now we go down there and it's a working trip. And, if you're gonna play with the big boys, you got to go where the big boys play.